Welcome to another episode of the Esports Next Podcast. I am your host, John Davidson, joined as always by my lovely co-host and the founder of the Esports Trade Association, Miss Megan Van Petten. And Megan, today we have an esteemed guest who has a ton of experience all throughout gaming, all throughout entrepreneurship. We have the Chief Revenue Officer of Scuti, Mr. Howard Beech here. Howard, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. And so we've, I think, been connected for a number of years now. We've more recently around Esports Next gotten connected closer and some of your new ventures. But we are here to talk about your presence at Esports Next, to talk about Scuti, this really impressive startup that you've launched not too long ago. First of all, tell us, what is Scuti?
Well, Scuti is the world's first retail media network for video games. So we reward in-game reward in-game commerce with Scuti points, and Scutis are used to purchase real-life goods and digital convert to digital currency that you can use in any of the games that are in our network. So we use AI and first-party data to target the right shoppers. We call them shoppers as opposed to gamers because while they are gaming, every gamer is a shopper. And the idea of being able to provide a personalized, curated experience that provides rewards that you can use in any of your favorite games that are in the network is something that's never been done before. So we feel like we are able to monetize the gaming experience for the publisher, and that brands will find a new sales channel with what we have, and that the gaming experience will be better because you're not seeing ads that are interrupting your gameplay. You're actually volunteering to be a part of it so that you can buy more in-app purchases with the rewards that we offer you.
Very cool. Yeah, I think if we think about the trends that are happening broadly, we have the gamer population growing leaps and bounds globally, right? So we're seeing more and more gamers. Also, if I think back to my iPod compared to now my iPhone, I'm thinking, wait a minute, I used to listen to music on one device and text and call on the other, right? Now I've got one where I can do everything. So I'm thinking, okay, gaming, I'm thinking multitasking culture. I want to do everything in the same place. And so it kind of sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong in this, but you guys are embracing these different trends all in one place, enabling gamers to shop where they're spending a lot of their time in their favorite times in game. Is that accurate?
Without a doubt, in-game commerce, which we call G-commerce. Sometimes you call it on-game commerce because we actually don't ever have you leave. We sit above the game. In-game commerce is the next revolution of real commerce. This is you've noted the number of gamers that are, or the size of the gaming population that's only going to continue to get bigger. If we're able to provide them with a rewarded experience for products that they want in a convenience that they can't get anywhere else, with incentives to keep them from going to places like Amazon and Walmart, then we're going to have a very robust and what's the word I'm looking for, and personalized experience for the gamer, and that's going to help everybody.
Yeah. And with that AI, that first party data, you're able to target people. So I'm not just seeing a bunch of stuff that's irrelevant to me. I'm seeing something that I'm very likely to use or need. You did mention some of the incentives and whether it's in-game points or currency. I can picture, being in the lobby of my game, seeing the plug in there, whether you're able to click on that and things pop up. Take me through exactly that experience and how those in-game incentives work as well.
Thanks. It is a very easy and seamless process for both the game maker and the brand. So we have a very light SDK that sits as a bug in the lobby. It takes less than 90 minutes for a publisher to put us in there. And what you're agreeing to as a publisher is to have a marketplace that's bolted onto your game. So when a player comes into a game for the first time, they enter the lobby. Before they get to start the game, there's a button in there that says Scuti. You push the button for Scuti, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get your 20 or your 10 rewarded Scutis that come into your account, that every day you come in and you log on, you get 10 Scutis. Then you're either going to purchase something in there. It could be anything from Nike sneakers to apparel to gaming chairs or personalized nutrition. We're looking for products that gamers are going to want, as opposed to toothpaste or something that they have to get. And so you'll have your repository of rewards that are available in your account in any game that Scuti is in. So if I'm playing in Candy Crush, or I'm playing in Fortnite, I earn rewards in both, and I can use them in both. We're actually the first truly interoperable digital wallet for video games. So the process is simple. I come into the game, I go into my shopping, I choose the product that I want. The brands that are in there donate 1 to 5% of the retail price as a reward for the gamer, for the shopper. They purchase that, they redeem their rewards, and then they can immediately convert that into digital currency that's for use in this game, or they can bank it and take it to another game in any of the games in our network. Today we just finished our beta test in 30 games. By the end of the year, we'll be in 70 games with monthly average users somewhere along the lines of 70 million monthly active users. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. That's some strong traction as you guys are getting started here. If I'm a publisher listening to this, what are the benefits for me to get involved with Scuti and get your plugin attached to my game?
The cost of developing games is rising, and the ability to monetize players is decreasing. There aren't very many publishers that I know of, game makers that I know of, that like pop-up ads or ads that take you away from the game experience. Players don't like it, and the game makers don't like it. So we're looking for a way to solve those problems, right? We saw an opportunity. Nicholas, the founder, and I should talk about the team real quickly, because the folks that put Scuti together are like seriously a rock star group. So Nicholas, the founder of Scuti, actually launched a company called Massive Media in 2002. They were the first truly interactive or in-game advertising experience. They sold that to Microsoft some 3 to 4 years later for 50x revenue, and Nicholas stayed on, but continued to see problems with advertising, pop-ups, annoying ads, and things that really were devaluing the gaming experience. So he was able to come up with the idea in working with he saw his kids playing games and asked them what it would take for them to want to buy, what they really liked about the gaming experience. And one of their responses was, it would be really cool if we could buy stuff in the game that we have in real life. So if I was getting sneakers in the game, I'd love to be able to buy those sneakers in real life. Or if I was able to create a skin, I'd want to have that in apparel in real life. When we asked, and when his other friends were asked what it would take for them to do that, they said we needed to be rewarded. We'd have to have a reason for doing that. Right. And so we wound up profiling about 500 different game players and asking them about their shopping habits. And what we found was 89% said, I want to shop from games. And the 11% that didn't answer yes didn't say no. What they said was, well, I'm not going to buy something I don't want. So it has to be something that I want and I'm rewarded and I know that I can get the best price. And
Hmm.
so if you take that and you put that together and you say to a game maker, I can I can give players what they want. You can earn revenue with very little lift, right? It doesn't It's 90 minutes of integration into an SDK in the lobby. That's it. You'll get to approve the products and the brands that we're putting in there.
That's important. Yeah.
Why would you not want to do that? Because not only is it providing you with a monetary reward, but you're incentivizing your players to come back to your game. If you have a game that plays well, why not come back to the game to earn more rewards just for showing up and with what you buy? And through that, create a better lifetime value proposition for that gamer.
You know what I'm wondering? How many people use rewards? It took me a long time to start using rewards, and I'm extremely organized. So I do use it as a discipline. I like the rewards, the different airlines and such. Do you know how is next gen using rewards differently than probably my generation, which I remember being introduced to rewards myself.
Yeah, I think it's a good question. The motivation for gamers depends on the type of gamer that you are. A lot of gamers are what are called grinders, right? They're gonna continue to play to earn rewards so that they can level up and enhance their experience with skins or weapons or energy, whatever it may be. Scuti provides them with the ability to earn that faster. And
I
they
like that ability. I'm playing
so
a game right now with my son. It's called Balloons TD6. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's like a little path, and these little balloons come across it, and you have little monkeys, and the monkeys throw darts at the balloons, and there's different types of monkeys, there are different types of balloons and everything. So me and my son play this game all the time, and I buy one skin or I buy a new hero or whatever. I got days or weeks ahead of me having to get the next one. So you're exactly right. If I could but without the pay to play model, right? Because that's something too that gamers push against with some loot box strategies. I know Star Wars Battlefront 2, there was a lot of pushback on a loot box strategy there. So it's
you're
like, how
talking
can I
about
not
offer
just,
walls where you're off and going and playing other games to earn rewards and coming back.
yeah, there's a variety of
Yeah, that
different ones,
cannibalizes
but
for the publisher. That's cannibalizing their gamers' time.
yeah,
And yeah, and the idea that that not only are gamers going to earn rewards faster and redeem them, but as a publisher, when you do ultimately redeem that, you're getting nothing from that other than the player's time being there, which you could supposedly charge more for advertising, but the cost of CPMs has gone way down. So you're not making as much as on advertising. So what Scuti does is we take a portion of the rewards money coming from brands, and we're then incentivizing the gamer to redeem those rewards, and then we pay the publisher 7.5% of the retail value of that reward.
wow.
So
And
if you're a publisher, if you're a publisher with a library of digital goods, not only are you getting paid for the digital goods that people are redeeming, but you are also um, avoiding, if you put it in our store, you're avoiding having to pay Apple and Google 30% fees. So
right.
if you can, if so we're being asked little by little as we grow. Now we've got a 41 publishers lined up with another 39 that are right behind them that want us to develop a marketplace and incorporate their digital goods into our platforms so that they can save the money that they were going to pay Apple and Google, right? And as a brand, if you want to be in my platform or in the Scuti world, it doesn't cost you anything for us to list with us and for us to open a store for you. We only get paid if you sell something. So there's no, and then of course the money that we make from the brands, we split with the publisher.
Nice. So you've got additional forms, additional streams of revenue.
Win.
I know.
Well,
I think
we haven't even gotten to the part about advertising, right? Because we're making, Scuti as a platform makes money from the e-commerce that we generate for real world brands, the digital goods that we offer, and then we are able to provide programmatic and custom rewarded ads within the platform. And we're able to do that and charge for that because we have first party data. We can tell you who's watching it, for how long, what games they're in. We know, because we have all that data, we know what products that they've clicked, their purchase history, how many rewards they have, what they've exchanged them for, the titles that they're playing, all of that, along with their own, their preferences for everything that they're flipping through. So that becomes a very valuable advertising tool. We have advertisers that have insertion orders that they're giving to us as soon as we get this $3 million and expand outside of beta. We now will go global almost overnight and have the ability to have access to 70 million gamers.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wait. So you're coming to the pitch to ask for $3 million because you're right now in beta.
We have finished beta. We had a great beta. We had a great beta. We did, in over a year, we were in 33 titles, mobile, PC, HTML5, no console yet, but we'll get there. We had 11 million monthly active users, 1.7 million visitors. We got 40,000 registered users, and of those, they redeemed 10 million rewards. All of this, I have to say, never interrupting gameplay, not a single complaint from the publisher or the
That's
gamer.
amazing.
No fraud. And by the way, we have 200 products on the platform. We didn't pick them. We took whatever we could get in there. It wasn't important to us what was in there. The only thing we wanted to prove was that you would come to the platform and you would shop and buy things. And so we know, for instance, that right now with the 200 products that we have not changed, not marketed, not educated, we haven't told and spent any money in the games to tell you what Scuti is. You have to find us in the lobby and then sort of search around. With all of that, we were able to generate those kinds of numbers, and there were zero complaints about any of it. So we think we have a very strong story to tell. And with that $3 million, we actually wind up getting to our global phase, where we're going to expand to Southeast Asia and Latin America, other parts of the world. We will be able to up and extend our advertising network out there. Any game that ships in those countries, we can convert to any currency. So we work interoperably across, not only from digitally across games, but we can convert local currency everywhere.
I guess one of the things I would be thinking, Howard, who else is doing this?
Well, the slide says nobody. Computer says no. The truth is that the folks that are involved in advertising, whether it's in-play ads or offer walls, they are either restrictive or limited in scale, or they're not a good value proposition for the publisher. Like publishers today are using Amazon and Walmart. They're getting 2, maybe 3% of the value of that item. We're giving a heck of a lot more value to the retailer. Now you can get 85% of the retail value of what you're getting versus 2 to 3. So if
Huge.
you're a
Yeah.
publisher, you're getting margin, you're getting users to come back, greater lifetime value of them. It really is a win for everybody.
Uh,
Yeah,
And when I get a pop-up to shop and click, I don't.
yeah,
But when I find a rewards drop down, I check it out and read it.
yeah,
When it's
yeah.
not coming at me aggressively. And yeah, so just the way that you're sharing the story about getting this in the lobby at your leisure, I think that's really attractive.
Well, remember, this is a voluntary
Yeah.
exercise here. You're volunteering to come into Scuti to earn rewards, and whether that's shopping or ads, you're going to want to participate. And if you're an if you're a game publisher and you're looking to make money from ads, the price of the CPM price has gone down to next to nothing, so you can't really charge a lot for it. No matter what service you offer, whether it's in play or advertising or offer walls, you do not know who the audience is. So brands are not using in-game advertising the way they should. I'm gonna mess up the percentages or the wording, but the sentiment basically is, if Gen Z and millennials are spending more time gaming than they are on social media, why aren't marketers spending more money inside games? And I think it's 3% of the budget is what I read of the marketing budget goes to in gamers, but yet 77% of their audience is spending 13 and a half hours a week playing games. The reason that they're not,
one of the
because they
first
don't know
rules,
who they're selling to.
yeah, I mean, go where your audience is, right? And
But they're not going there because they don't know who to sell. They don't know who's watching. So it's not, and they
Right.
need to have a much better return on their investment. Now I can send them directly to a shop and they can track those sales.
Right. Well, something else too, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Howard, but where my mind goes is, you know, every brand's looking for sales, right? And so we try to convince marketers or other people at organizations at times there's some softer metrics that are needed. You know, you've got awareness, you've got loyalty, positive sentiment, you know, these things that will lead to sales. And you know, you can gain great awareness in a game, right? But one thing I witnessed when I worked at GameStop many years ago is sometimes it's a problem. How do I close the transactional loop, right? If I'm Coca-Cola, our title sponsor for EsportsNext, of course, great. I have my logo everywhere. Where can someone buy one, right? Or if I have a controller manufacturer, right? Oh, great. My logo is on these jerseys, or you're seeing, you know, ad placements in game. Does that lead to sale? What is the path to the sale? How much work does the consumer have to put in to see that logo and then to go find it and then do it versus click? And so what it sounds like to me is not only are you providing great awareness, great data, reaching gamers where they are already, but driving sales directly through conversion in-game. Is that accurate?
It most definitely is. Would you like to come to work for us?
Fine, I accept.
You could use somebody with
Megan,
your
I gotta go.
experience.
I would think that would be amazing. John is an asset to every meeting, every team, every company, everything we do John is probably one of the best things the association has ever done. And we're just so blessed. Not to like plug him forever, but
This episode's about Howard, Megan. We'll talk about me later.
But you know, you're a consultant and you're a business development person, and this is exciting stuff. This is
It really is.
It really is. It really is. I'm
excited as heck about it. I mean, I have always tried to be a trend forward, innovative tech consumer products person, and this hits all the buttons.
Yeah.
This is gaming, which is a hot space. We're solving problems for publishers that really truly exist, and it is a massive global market. I mean, e-commerce alone is a $6 trillion business. If you add advertising on top of that, it's massive, and we're doing a good job in it.
It sounds like you're first to market in this niche, and it's a great big wide world. There's room for, there's room in the space. It's brilliant. It's,
Well, Nicholas really gets he gets the credit for it, and then we've got some other really great folks that have been in. Don Riley has been at EA and Microsoft and been in the game business for 25 years. Paul Sams was the CEO of Blizzard. We've got Ed Zobrist, who was the head of publishing at Epic, is on our board. Ed's the guy that introduced me to this. He and I actually worked together at Mattel way back on a product called the Power Glove, which is,
I saw you were there. That's so cool.
Yeah,
I don't remember the Power Glove. Maybe I should. I was wondering.
You're too young, man.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
right. Way before your time, MVP.
Thank you.
Only people who are older than 30 probably remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
Power Glove, is that what you're
I
saying,
saw
Howard?
that on I was like, Mattel too. But you know what, Howard? I'm going to tell you a secret. And this is just for you. In 15-ish years of doing the Shark Tank style elevator pitch,
Yeah,
I've never had one person come back to me and say they wish they didn't do it, or the funding they got wasn't good funding, or the collaboration they made wasn't great collaboration. I have received 100% wonderful feedback. And the group of people that right now are investing in esports that will be there, I've known for 2 decades. You can't even get a better crew than these guys. So I am genuinely excited. I just absolutely love getting people together with great ideas and money to do great things, and everybody winning, which is what this product sounds like. I mean, I think I could even explain this one to Mom.
well, then it works. I used to work with a guy who used to say, we different business we use technology to improve the process by which you take a photo into Walgreens and you have it restored, right? And it got very complicated there. And he said, stop. He goes, my grandmother walks into a Walgreens. What does she do? You have to be able to tell it to grandma. So I like that.
Right.
At GameStop, we called it the dumb dad theory. Our had a colleague is like, dad comes in, he's like, my kid wants this thing I don't know how to pronounce. I thought 4 weeks is a period of 2 weeks. I don't know what this is, what do I need? And it's like, what are those? The elevator pitch, you could say.
The elevator pitch.
And right. Howard, you're going to be joining us for more than just the elevator pitch. So very excited to see you pitch, but you're also going to be on the panel Activate Your Audience in Game, which seems perfect. We have a couple developers who are on that, who can talk about how do you get integrate into a game, these UEFM Fortnite maps and such. We also have Tatiana Taka, who has just fantastic experience in anime and gaming, and you're going to be on that panel as well. Is there anything, not to give the audience the whole story, of course, because we still want people to show up, but anything beyond what you've shared that thoughts you have on activating your audience in game?
Look, I'm watching like everybody else is what is happening with Fortnite maps and Minecraft, and I can tell you that Game Master, where the television show that I've been working on with Lori, we'll be using that extensively. We're building worlds that make sense in all of those maps. So and building maps that make sense in all of those games. The idea of being able to activate your brand is a lot more than just having a billboard there. So if we can adopt what we're doing at Scuti and have that work in the world of Roblox and Fortnite and Minecraft, and if we can highlight that and use the television show as an opportunity to be able to make that awareness happen, then I think we can elevate the experience for the gamer. We can reduce the friction for the game publisher. We can certainly optimize their monetization strategy and create a longer term value proposition for all of those folks that are coming in. And I'm looking forward to spending some time with Josh and Jim and Tatiana. Before that, we have a call scheduled for Thursday. And I'm anxious to hear what they think, because I'm not as familiar with their worlds as I am with my own. I just know that we can enhance their experience. If they were able to work with brands and say, not only can we put a brand in here, but we can help you sell stuff with it
Yeah.
that won't piss off gamers or publishers. That's something that I want to see, right? And there are people that are doing this right now. I mean, Walmart has made an investment in getting into Roblox. There are others that have looked and tried, but that is a very different proposition than what we're talking about here, where we're a light SDK that just fits in here. We're not hard coded into the game, and
Right.
I'm interested in getting the feedback from those folks who have spent their careers really looking at this stuff. I've researched their backgrounds, and we've had a couple of emails go back and forth, but I'm looking forward to actually hearing what they have to say as much as I am to be a part of it.
Absolutely. I mean, I love that we have both sides of this spectrum on this panel, because I think in-game integration is very effective and a really interesting way for brands to get involved. Two of our sponsors, Six Flags and Coca-Cola, made a wonderful Fortnite map that was part of the launch of a big event down there in San Antonio at one of their parks, and just so cool. For
Yeah.
people to experience a brand digitally, in that world that they so enjoy. At the same time, that takes some budget and it takes some planning, right? And it takes and some of what those folks will share on the panel is, you got to set your right expectations of what you're going to get for something that's integrated in the game. On the other side, Howard, where you're sitting, light lift and sales is what I'm hearing. I'm thinking, you know what? If it doesn't mean you got to choose, one or the other, but what a great way to get involved with gamers. What a great way for brands to say, you know what? We know all the kids are doing this. We just don't have the data and we don't really understand this complex world. This isn't going to cost me anything, and it might be an incremental revenue stream if I do it. That's what I might be hearing from this episode if I had my brand marketer hat on.
I'm going to use this episode as part of the training module that we employ.
Yeah, I think employee works.
Yeah. We want that's the message. I mean, if you're a brand today and you have a shopping cart and you have a product that people want, you should talk to me.
Yeah.
Literally, it's 15 minutes in a Shopify app to give me an API token, allows me to see your inventory, the pricing, and the images, and send you the orders. That's all I need. And if you want to work with us on promotions or you want to drive more business through media, we can do that. But just to get up and running and be in it, there's no risk to you as a brand manager. And if you're a sales guy or a salesperson in e-commerce or looking for a new channel, how often does somebody hand you a new channel that doesn't require getting on an airplane or having a bunch of meetings or getting somebody to say yes? It's just out there for you.
Yeah.
However, if
I'm
you
not
really
having any problem signing up brands. I have to tell you, there's 100+ brands that we
I
are
bet.
waiting, that funding is going to release. We're integrating all of them now, and then as soon as we go global, they're all going to launch in one giant, beautiful new UX store. Yeah.
Love it. Well, but some people do have this bent where they do feel the need to get on an airplane. And Megan, if you feel like you need to get on an airplane, say around July 6th, 7th, 8th, where should people go?
Well, I love that you asked, because so often people say there's all this disintermediation, there's all this technology, there's all this new way of being in the world, but nothing's better than a trade show. And I'm just one of those people that says trade shows will never go away, because at the end of the day, it's what we enjoy. We enjoy being together, pitching our product, getting feedback, and all that.
You have a favorite trade show? And is it
I
coming up?
do. For decades, I've said, boy, if I could ever create something.
I'm just trying to lob it up here.
I know.
John was a softball pitcher before his time.
Wait, Howard, have you ever been to the Esports Next?
I have. I was at the first two, actually.
Oh, cool. Good.
Yes. And
Good.
I am a trade show junkie. Honestly, I do.
Me
The one
too.
thing I miss about with the pandemic causes,
Yep.
I love to go to trade shows. The analogy that I use is, for me, it's like hella skiing into fresh powder. It's like the ability to walk the
Yes.
floor and meet all
Isn't
these
it?
new people in one place, and old friends, and have new conversations and ideas.
Yeah.
And I like Esther because I know a lot of the people there, and I know that you bring the right people together.
We try.
And well, I mean, it's a great community. You're forward thinking. You've got decision makers there,
Yes.
and the format is set up very well for people like me and anybody who's interested in getting more involved.
Yes, I'm a trade show junkie. So with that being said, maybe we should catapult this show. It's such a good show, and you're such a good guest, Howard. I knew I've seen you around so many times, and I just picture you in these orange outfits.
That's what you're supposed to do, but I thought about it. It was a moment where I thought, should I throw on the hoodie? But
Yeah.
I'm going to save that for the panel.
Maybe you can wear it over your shoulders when you're doing, shows and stuff, when you're not out of the house, like you'll have it to go.
Listen, it's an evolving strategy. I pride myself on somebody being open-minded to new suggestions. So, all right, let's play it back. Let me go get the hoodie, and
let's just do it all over again.
We have another show in 5 minutes. We have another show in 5 minutes, or we would next time. 2.0.
Well, last question for you, Howard. For those listening, obviously we've heard all about the amazing opportunities for brands and publishers that Scuti provides. If someone's looking to get a hold of you to get integrated with Scuti, what is the way that you would like them to?
Howard@scuti.store.
Howard@scuti.store, and Scuti is SCUTI.
.store. Easiest way. Find me on LinkedIn. I'm the only Howard Beech with 2 E's. And listen, I love.
He's wearing orange. If you're looking for him.
And I will, and you can find me in the orange. Yes.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate it, Howard. It's people like you who make these panels and the elevator pitch so insightful and so intriguing for our guests. So we are thrilled to host you in Chicago, July 7th through 9th, coming up in just a couple weeks. And with that, thank you so much as well for joining us today on the Esports Next podcast.
You guys have been really very hospitable, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to talk to you, and I'm looking forward to Chicago.
We are as well.
Forward to having you. Congratulations, Howard. This is exciting.
Thank you very much. We're all very excited. I'm grateful to be a part of this team, and we're going to make it happen.
So cool. And that's a wrap.
Thank you.